T minus 3, 2, 1, ignition.
What you know about this life? Yeah. Just relax, baby, get high. Yeah, you're on your way to the best night ever. No top, no top.
What up, Best Night Ever League? It is me, T-Bay, with the Week 3 recap. We're going to hop right on into this. First matchup, we'll talk about mine and Bobby's. I run away with the win, 163 points to 136. Highlight of my team is my quarterbacks. I currently have quarterback 1 and 2. Just unreal. I think I have the best quarterback duo in the league. I mean, outside of Connor's running backs that he gets to play as quarterbacks, maybe. Only time will tell, but right now Justin Herbert is playing out of his fucking mind. I just got to take a second and just go down on my boy Herbie because he has been insane this year. He hasn't thrown a pick. He's thrown just out of his mind. He has a real offensive coordinator now, and it shows his potential. I mean, what he can actually do. He's 40 for 47, 405 fucking yards and 3 touchdowns. Are you kidding me? An insane stat line. Kirk also playing crazy, but my running backs are just horrendous. And now I kind of expected Brees to have a slow start, but man, they're always playing good defenses. These first 3 weeks has been against really good defenses, and now that Zach Wilson is their quarterback, it is just their offense just cannot do fucking anything. So that sucks for Brees. If Aaron Rodgers was playing right now, I think he'd be doing a little bit better, but holy shit, they just can't do anything right now. And they play another pretty good defense against KC next week. Week 5, they play Denver, and maybe he'll show some signs of life there. But holy shit, he has had a rough few weeks. It's been bad. Very bad. Miles Sanders, gay retard, finally doing something. He finally got a touchdown, but man, he cannot run the ball at all. He's terrible. Devontae Adams, 38 points. He is Devontae. It doesn't matter who throws to him. He's always going to be great. So I love that for Devontae. 2 touchdowns, 38 points. Amari Cooper finally getting a touchdown. Finally having a really good week this week for 24. Mandrews has a running back thrown to him, so he sucks. Rachaad White sucks. I mean, Philly's front 7 is just insane, so I kind of expected this, but man, that was a rough showing for him. If he didn't have that fumble, it wouldn't have been so bad, but he sucks. My running back's just terrible, so I'm going to use this platform to beg anyone, please. I will overpay for a running back. I am desperate at this point. I have 2 first-round picks next year. It's a World Cup year, and World Cup year means it's not about your points against, it's about your points for. So you want to score a bunch of points. You want to have 2 first-round picks. I am fucking desperate. I'm going to lose this year if I don't get a competent running back. I cannot wait for Brees. And I know everyone's like, oh, I'll send you picks for this guy. I'll send you picks for that. I don't want your fucking picks, dude. I need players. I don't want to wait until week 10. I'm going to be 1-9 by week 10. So I need a competent running back now. If you want to cash in, if you have a running back who's popping off recently and you want to cash in because who knows, they might tear a fucking ACL soon, contact me. I will be I've done it for Connor. I've eaten the shit out of his ass for Najee, for fucking I'm desperate. So please send me a trade. Everyone, you guys are all trying to trade with you people is just, oh god, it makes me want to scream sometimes. So I need a good running back, and I don't want fucking picks. I got picks. If you want picks, I'll give you picks. If you want players, I'll give you players. I got Devontae, he's great. I got Jalen Waddle, who didn't even play this week, but he's gonna be great when he comes back. You want a piece of this Miami offense. So please, anyone on my team is up for trade. I can't keep Kirk. If you want Kirk, I'll trade him for a running back. Please, people, work with me here. But anyways, Bobby's team, solid performance. 136 most weeks would probably get you a win in this fucking season because it's been a shit show of a season, kind of. But just not enough. I mean, Dak with a super disappointing game. His running backs have just been really disappointing. He didn't really spend a lot on them, but he got them both in the second round. You'd expect a little bit more, but Josh Jacobs just doing nothing. Not nothing, 9.5. He just hasn't topped 10 points at all this year. It's just been really disappointing for him. He hasn't gotten to the end zone or anything. Ramondre is getting his carries leached by Zeke, so that sucks for him. But you can always trust Stephon Diggs to have a good game because the Buffalo doesn't have any other wide receivers, so he's always going to do good. And then A.J. Brown finally had a good game. He finally got 20 points. He had just a bunch of targets, a bunch of catches, 131 yards. He should have had a touchdown. I bet his anytime touchdown, I think he dropped a touchdown pass, and then another one he just barely didn't get. I mean, it was frustrating because I was going to cash in heavily on that. So fuck him for that. But anyways, a good game for him. Travis Kelce, 16. All reliable Travis Kelce. So I don't think Bobby's record reflects how his team actually is. I think his team is better than his record is, but his running backs are just super disappointing. And then T. Higgins, man. You just cannot rely on T. Higgins. He is so boomer bust. If the rest of your team is playing up to their potential and you have T. Higgins, it's great. But if you have to rely, like last year I was relying on T. Higgins to do anything after I traded away Cooper Kupp, and he is just so unreliable because, and especially now that Burrow's injured, he's super unreliable. So, yeah, Bobby moves to 1 and 2. I moved 1 and 2. A lot of people at 1 and 2 right now. It's very interesting. Let's go to... Let's go to Andrew and Finn. So Finn just popped the fuck off this week thanks to his Miami Dolphins players. I mean, between he and Mostert, between Tyreek and Mostert, he had 70 points, 32 points from Buffalo's defense. Just fucking crazy stat line from a defense, 32 points. But Andrew, he destroyed the first week from the Cowboys defense, and now he had it done to him, so a little bit of a taste of his own medicine. No thanks to Nick's fucking quarterbacks. We had some like decent quarterbacks. I mean, Justin Fields has been super disappointing this year. He just straight up doesn't know how to play football at all. Really concerning, unless he just starts running like he did at the end of last year. If we look at the end of last year, that's the only reason he was any good, is because he just started running like a running back. So hopefully he starts to do that eventually. At this point, it's like, what do the Bears have to lose? Just make the guy fucking run the ball if he gets injured. Then it's a blessing to them because they can just tank for Caleb Williams, who they will draft and replace Justin Fields with. So Fields, at the end of last year, was looking like a steal, but now he is just like, he's terrible. So Pollard with 16, Jahmyr Gibbs didn't do much, but Tyreek, Raheem Mostert, the story of his week. Mike Williams with a really good game, but unfortunately tore his ACL, so he's done. Story of his life, always injured, so that sucks for Mike Williams. But then we look at Andrew's team. The Jags are just disappointing as all hell this year, these last 2 weeks anyways. Lawrence, I was thinking he's like a steal for Andrew, but he has just not been super disappointing this year. Geno with 14, not even disappointing. Just you expect Geno's going to get you 20-some weeks, 12 other weeks, but he's going to always get you some points. But this week, he's just... Yeah, it was a rough week for him. But they still got the win in Seattle, so I'll take it. But, yeah, he's got CD. I mean, CD relies on Dak Prescott, so that's never fun. He only had 8 points. Najee is the fattest, slowest starting running back in the NFL, so he unfortunately had to play him because Eckler was hurt. And then Tyler Lockett, So if Seattle and the Jags had really good passing games, he probably would have fared better, but it just didn't even matter because Finn scored 192. You're not going to beat a guy when he does that to you. So Andrew moves to 1 and 2. Finn goes to 2 and 1. Connor and Jacob. So this one was really interesting because Connor was thinking he had the win, and then what does Mike Evans do? He went from like 4 points to 14.5. He gets like 50 or 40 yards receiving the last garbage time drive of the game. And then he gets a touchdown at the end of it. They're at the fucking goal line, and they throw it to Mike Evans just to spite Connor, man. The fantasy gods are cruel. And Connor, once again, getting punished, even though he scored 143. Jacob scores 147. Just brutal for Connor, man. So Connor moves to 1 and 2. Jacob's at 2 and 1. Mahomes doing his thing, 25. Goff had a decent game. Travis Etienne, 15. Joshua Kelly sucks. Then Jefferson is just, I mean, it's hard to lose when you have 60. Jacob's got a guaranteed 60 points, like, every week. He's always going to have 60 points. It's just a matter of, does the rest of his team do any good? And, yeah, they did. Amon-Ra St. Brown with 18. I thought he was injured. What happened there? I guess not. He looks great. 9 catches for 102 yards. Insane. Good for him. Then Connor's running backs, who he calls quarterbacks, did pretty good. Lamar with 30, but I mean, Kenneth Walker popping off with 2 touchdowns, 29 points. Derrick Henry, dude, who is he? Is it done? Is King Henry no longer the king, man? Because he's not looking so hot. I mean, 11 carries for 20 yards, 38% snap. I know they were down early, so they just couldn't really run, but I feel like this is going to happen a lot to this Tennessee Titan team because they just don't have any. They don't have an offensive line. They don't have a quarterback. Their defense kind of blows now, so they just like, what kind of opportunities is he going to get? And now his backup is just like not outperforming, but just getting more snaps than he is. So that's rough for him. Devontae, I mean, he's boomer bust. Only 5 points from him. Calvin Ridley was looking like the steal of the draft for him, but these past 2 weeks he's only combined for 9 points. A few drops. He had like 4 drops, I think, this last week. He dropped a touchdown. He is just like, I don't know. You never know with Calvin Ridley. He could just up and fucking retire in the middle of the year. You don't know. But that first week, I was thinking, oh, my God, what have I done not picking him? But these past couple weeks, he's just been struggling, man. It's been rough for him. T.J. Hockenson with 9. Olave has been really good for him, so that was a really good pick. But Derek Carr, injured shoulder, isn't great. Does not fare well. I mean, Jameis Winston, he just airs it out, so he's all right for fantasy purposes, but I would still want Derek Carr if I were Connor and I had Olave. Yeah, we'll stay tuned for that. But yeah, Connor moves to 1-2. Jake goes to 2-1. And now the final matchup. Michael versus Cam. So, what the fuck happened here, dude? Is this I'm gonna cast my vote for worst manager now, and Michael left in Tyler Algier. That's a rough one right there, dude. He gets 4 points. He didn't mean to leave him in. He didn't set his lineup. Isaiah Pacheco had 15, so he definitely would have started him over that. So that sucks. That didn't lose him the week, but it easily could have. But if we just look at the rest of his team, I mean, Deshaun had a really good week. Tua has been playing insane, but if you look at the defenses he's been playing, he plays a competent defense. New England only gets 11. He plays the worst defense in the league. The Chargers gets 30. He plays the second worst defense in the league, Denver, and gets 31. So is Tua just good against really shitty defenses? I guess we'll have to see. He plays Buffalo next week. We shall see. Then Giants after that, another shitty defense. Carolina, pretty decent defense. Philadelphia, decent defense. New England, decent defense. KC, very competent defense. Jets, a good defense. So it's going to be a matter of, is this just like he plays really shitty defenses and they just shit on him, or is he actually a really good quarterback? I don't know, man. He's looking really good these last few weeks. At 31 and 30 first week, he's been looking great. And now Michael is, of course, trying to sell high on him. So buyer beware on him. But Mixon got 13.5. Debo got 25. Garrett Wilson only hit 7.5. I mean, you got Zach Wilson throwing to you, so it's going to be rough. James Conner's been really good this season for him. He's got 10 points the first week, almost 20 last week, almost 19 this week. So James Conner has been really good value for him. That was a really good pick. This next week he plays San Francisco, so that's going to be rough. But his defenses, dude, he has played negative point defenses 2 weeks in a row. So week 3, he starts Jags. They get -4. Last week, week 2, he starts the Giants. They get -1. So Michael might just consider, if I were him, just not playing the defense at all at this point, because it'll probably work out than if he actually tries to play a defense. But yeah, rough week for him. Starting Algier was just oh man, that's rough. But then we go to Cam. So Cam picks up Kenny Pickett. He gets 18.5. Really good pickup for Cam. I told Michael, hey man, fucking take Kenny Pickett. He's gonna pick him up and start him. I know it. He's playing the Raiders. He's gonna have a good game, and sure enough, he does. I try to help you, dude. Sorry. Daniel Jones. I mean, starting Algier was just like, what the fuck are you thinking? But Daniel Jones starting him against the Niners was another one of those where I'm just like, oh, dude, the Niners, Daniel Jones, no Saquon. This is gonna be a shit show for their offense, and sure enough it was. Only 3 points for him. Just a rough start for Cam, having to start him. I mean, hindsight's 20/20, so you can't really be like, dude, why didn't you just start Burrow? But it would have been better off if you just put in Burrow, and if he just didn't play at all and got 0 points, no one would really blame him, because I wouldn't have been like, hey, dude, why don't you just start Daniel Jones against the Niners? I think that was just, it wasn't going to end well. But anyways, Bijan only had 8. Super disappointing game for Bijan. I mean, they just got shut down by Detroit. Keenan Allen, dude, what the fuck? Dude, 215 yards, 18 catches. He threw for a touchdown. He didn't even catch a touchdown. Have you ever seen a wide receiver get 40 points and not even catch a touchdown? Unbelievable. Keenan has been the pick of the year, dude. He's been insane. He's got the best quarterback in the league. Best fucking quarterback in the league thrown to him. So I'm not surprised, but insane week from Keenan Allen. His tight end, some dude I never heard of, had a really good week, so that helped. I mean, Cam talks about how he's gotten so unlucky. He's got all these injuries. Dude, you're 3-0. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? You've had the least points scored against you, dude. And now you got Cooper Kupp coming up soon. You're going to have Aaron Jones healthy. You're going to have Anthony Richardson healthy, who's looked phenomenal the first 2 weeks he's played. Dude, you are going to be fine. This should be the point where you're losing every game. But now you're still winning every game. And your team's only going to get better, dude. I mean, what the fuck? You got Puka, who only had 10 points, but he's still been insane. Things are looking really bright for Cam. And you got the best fucking running back in the league, Bijan. So I don't know what the hell Cam's smoking, but his team looks fine. And he's 3-0. He should be losing because all of his players are injured, but he hasn't been. His team's only going to get better. So things are looking real good for Cam. If I was Cam, I would be like, shit, man, I'm fucking looking good, dude. But that's just my 2 cents. So anyways, yeah, Cam moves to 3-0. Michael moves to 1-2. If we look at our league points against, you'll notice Cam at the lowest with 340. Funny how that always coincides with record. I mean, lowest by like 30 points, so crazy for Cam. Then you got, I think Michael's second, Finn is third, but Andrew with the highest points against. He has 120 more points against than Cam does. It's fucking crazy. Of course, it's Andrew. I mean, who else? But I'm not even the lowest points for. Michael's below me. Bobby's below me. So you see the correlation. You see the direct correlation between points for. If you're lowest, you're in the bottom. Points against, you got the lowest, you're on the top. So that's fantasy, boys. Fuck all your strategies and all that shit. It's all bullshit. You just get lucky at the end of the day. I don't care who you are, how good you think you are. You ain't shit. But anyways, that's all I got for you guys. We'll see how week 4 goes. I'll catch you guys later.